Ladies and gentlemen, I was talking to a friend, some days ago, and we're talking about love. And we're talking about women and men and how they relate to that feeling, ladies and gentlemen. And, a question came up. It's like, do women actually love? Like, so romantic love, right? Do women love? And the person was like, yeah, that they think that women love, but their love is mostly for their children. That women don't really, most women, like, so not let's forget the generalization stuff. Most women don't love men in the way that men love women. And the whole idea is that, women seem to be in love with the idea of love. A lot of women seem to be idea. So they before they meet you, they're already in love with a kind of guy, and then they have a space that they've kept for this guy. And then when you come in, they fit you in, which is why a lot of women are, they fall in love fast, or let's say they're ready to go with somebody like ASAP because they feel like gradually you're gonna fit in that box, right? And so they also come with some kind of preconceived notion of how the love is supposed to be, and not. And when you ask a woman, okay, so what are you? Because I've been doing this for a while now, I'm seeing a lot of things. What do you look for in a man? A good 80% of those requirements are: he has to love me, he has to care for me, he has to value me, he has to uphold me, he has to cherish me, and he has to, romantic towards me and all those things. But one of the things that I notice is that there's a lot of me's inside. Now, I mean, you don't do any love that, you're not loved back. That's facts, right? But if the central component, the majority of the thing that you're doing is very me-centered, there's an argument to be made that it may not be, it might be something more so like you want to feel loved more so than you want to participate in loving somebody, right? Well, which I'm not saying that women don't care for their partners. I think that women care for their partners even more than men do. Care, different from love, right? But you see that deep feeling of, say, I want to love a person. I have doubt as to whether a majority of women actually feel that towards a person. They feel that towards their man, being that he's a man who fits a particular requirement and who's doing things to them and for them, right? And they can fall in something with him. I don't even know if I'll call it love. Because for me, I think that if there's anything like love, it should be, and if you say, I love you, so think about the word, I love you, which means to say that I know you, and then I know enough of you that can describe you. And because it describes the majority of you, I'm familiar with it. And that familiarity makes me confident enough to say, this thing that I know and I'm familiar with, I love it. So in that case, ladies and gentlemen, how can you say you love somebody in like 2 months? In like a couple weeks, you get what I'm saying? Which is what a lot of y'all be doing, right? But love that is not tied to a person's permanent characteristics, a person's persistent characteristics, a person's behavior, which is part of their personality and attitude and person. Could you even call that love, that you love the person? You could say you care for the person. You could say you deeply care for the person. I think English language too has not done us a good service by not giving us a middle ground for us to sandwich some other feeling. It's strong enough. It's strong enough to exist in the context of a relationship or marriage. But the concept of taking a person like this cup and knowing this cup enough to say, you know what? I love this cup, right? And it's not just about what the cup can do for you, what you can put in the cup and what it can do for you. That is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. And I think that a lot of us don't have that capacity. Well, I don't know if we don't have the capacity, but I don't think that a lot of us are doing that to learn an individual enough to understand that, okay, yeah, I like the way this guy or this girl is, and I love it. That's why those are the kind of things that it's hard to fall out of love with somebody when you actually love them, right? And it's easy to fall out of love with somebody when you're in love with the idea of the person rather than the person. Ladies and gentlemen, I came here to crack joke. I'm a comedian in real life. But you people have dragged me into love and dating and relationships. I will talk to you and you will listen to me. I will see you in the next video.